El juego ha terminado. Vemos algunos disparos. Las balas pasan a solo unos centímetros de los jugadores.
Mira
Se
eso.
perdió la explosión y es un éxito. ¿Qué está sucediendo? ¿Se quedó sin municiones? ¿Qué va a hacer ahora?
¡Es un cargador! ¡Increíble!
Nuestro ganador recibe una caja con skins increíbles de Keydrop. También tenemos algo especial para todos los espectadores.
Con el código de promoción anterior tienes 50 céntimos para comenzar y un bono del 10% del depósito.
element to Fnatic, and it made them a bit more explosive in my eyes.
It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing in a game like this against ITB, where you're the favorites, where you're supposed to win, where you're dominating. As we spoke about, Fnatic are the gatekeepers of top 12, top 15 in the world. It's a bad thing when you're going into the playoff, which I think Fnatic will be in a map's time, and you're playing against the best of the best teams in the world. Then you need Niko does on the AWP. You're right, he's been playing well at this tournament. He's regained his form, he's regained his strength. That's a positive thing, but if you look towards, you know, the next game and the quarterfinal, and if you look towards Fnatic being a playoff team, you want to see a bit more.
We're moving on to Overpass, a map where I personally feel this is a map made for experienced teams. Fnatic is that experienced team. Can Into the Breach take this map from them?
We've seen them Into the Breach play well on Overpass in this tournament. They pushed Liquid to an overtime game, made a decent comeback into that one. So yes, it would be foolish of me to say they can play the map and they can put up a good fight against Fnatic, but I still have Fnatic being the heavy favorites coming into this one. I think, especially niko does with the 8 repeat, that's one of the few maps where he does feel confident. It's Oppa's paradise. You can move all over the map, take, I guess, risk-free shots from time to time as well. So yes, I'm having a hard time seeing Fnatic not winning. Will it be a close game? Most likely.
I think that Into the Breach have a chance because they're going to be likely choosing to start on the CT side here, and they just get most of their work done on the defense. The Liquid game was a bit of an exception. Few months, it's a pretty stark contrast. I think it's over 25% in terms of the round win percentage on CT versus their T side. They are not really as well drilled when it comes to taking that map control methodically, slowly, and I think that if they don't find, let me say, 11 rounds on the CT side, I'm going to say you can count them out at halftime.
I'm curious, do you think you can prepare for Into the Breach? I mean, other than what you
Yes.
saw with Liquid, because this is my thing. Fnatic walked out here, and as they were walking out, I saw the pieces of paper come out, which tells me that they are more than prepared for what they think the Brits are going to throw at them.
Yeah, I think that especially on this map, Cypher takes something like 35% of their opening duels. He's got a few plays. I watched his demo last night just to see all these little plays he makes. Sometimes it's kind of a dry push out monster, fast push through connector, fast push into bathrooms. And again, like these are what we were talking about with Pimp saying with niko does, just put the op on one of those angles, even sometimes bust out a double op, just put it right where Cypher is. And there's not always the nade support to get him that frag. He does it so much with aim, and I think that if you have an op, you just have the better gun in those situations.
So the analysts think that this is going to be a Fnatic win all the way to the A-Core Arena. We'd love to hear from you. Make sure you let us know on Blast.tv. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we're jumping into map 2.
Leaving with the last major title.
Everything can go wrong quickly. If we lose this game, everybody's going home.
This is your one last chance.
Will it be over on Overpass? Fnatic, they certainly are the bookie's favourite. I've got Chatty B here to provide all of the insight. A man who's, of course, competed in the major circuit as we find ourselves just locking in the final teams for the final champion stage of Global Offensives Major here in Paris. It is a big one. And, of course, into the breach, the unlikely candidate and opponent for Fnatic. Representing, of course, the UK, we've got a three-man UK core, rounded out by a Dutchman and a Pole in the form of Crucial and Rarlan.
Yeah, first and only UK core at a CSGO major, and that'll stay the case forever. So in history they are, but they can make even more if they're able to pick up a victory here and take us to the third of Vertigo.
Union Jack on both sides, of course. Mezzy making a splash for the UK scene ahead of Into the Breach's arrival. So the UK wins no matter what. I like to quote from Mezzy as well, saying, looking forward to playing Into the Breach. Feels like an old UK LAN. I'm sure he has played these players on multiple occasions, on multiple fronts, and with multiple different things at stake. How about a spot in the champion stage for this one? Fnatic are one map away, and it's Mezzy calling the shots. He's got a belt full of utility. Crim's another smoke on top, and it seems like there's intentions off the rip for this T-pistol.
Yeah, just spreading out across the map here to make sure there's no real CT aggression, and CT aggression is going to be a big part of Rallan's gameplay here. So flash at the ready for short.
If they need it.
Exactly.
That's cool. Conditional util there. And Cypher, he's got a lot on his plate. A crouch clear straight into the dual Berettas. So a dreamy start for Cypher.
They're still coming.
They are. 3 monster. Can Cypher build any more out of that? Great util. Really limits his options. He can't quite get the crosshair in the right place, but Volt can. Does go looking for more and gets a face full of Glock from Mezzy. Can this 2v4, now 2v3, turn on its head? That's up to Crims and Mezzy. You can see our ops team keeping track of Rallan, who's once again up to his flanking. Good stuff. Ooh, and the click of the mouse. Good for it. 99 damage inflicted straight to the head of Rallan. Call that one a goosh, but not a round. Crims, he's looking to pick up that bomb, but he has to get through Thomas and Crucial first. Thomas confirms presence and more damage inflicted back. Crims chunked down, 2 HP on 1 more bullet will do it. And Thomas collects. Volt happy with that one. Big contributions to start.
Yeah, and important because when you look at that Liquid game, the desk reference there where Overpass was a competitive affair, Volt was the highest performer for the team.
Right.
So he needs to have a better game than he just did on Inferno, and that's a massive 2 little clicks right there. A great shot from Rallan, and a pissed around now for Into the Breach. And I said, nah, this one's over. But just before we got back from the break there, I said, you know, this is Fnatic's best map. They can do it. And you trumped me. You said if Gamer Legion can do it, so can Into the Breach. And yeah, fair enough. Why not? That is a possibility here. And Into the Breach showed that they can put up a fight. The desk were talking about experience. And I think Jacob even mentioned that he just feels like there's a skill disparity in the server right now, which I think everybody on paper would agree with. But in the reality of it all, maybe Into the Breach can make a match of this, as Fnatic have brought in with a second round eco. It's just the Deagle.
Ooh, I'm worried for Crucial's life here. He's made a little loud, grassy step, and Roy comes gunning for it. Crucial, what are you up to? He wants more. Hoping his teammate Rallan, but no, he's been left for dead. Thomas to try and bail him out as well. As they run down the first FAMAS, and now it could get a little awkward, as they will just have those pistols. Glock's not going to get you far, Fnatic, despite causing a little bit of a pandemonium and low HP on Thomas and Rallan.
They need to be careful. You don't want to give away another gun just here. So Volt, one of the healthier members coming through, and the same thing for Cypher on the flank. So great work to convert here for Into the Breach.
Clean.
Yeah, keeping it tidy as we do move into the gun rounds now. And Into the Breach, it is going to be Cypher and Volt locking down B. It's going to be Rallan as the aggressive rifler on A, Crucial as the second component over there with the AWP when available. And Thomas, the in-game leader, will be rotating between both sides, making the calls. So that's the CT setup you can expect here. Now, one of the things that I think will be a little bit more difficult for Rallan in this matchup is that continued aggression.
Right.
I think that Fnatic, as far as their defaults go, should be able to keep a leash on him. We'll see how they want to start off here. It's a 2-1-2 from the Fnatic default. And they're very slow out the gates here at the T-stairs. A big chunk of nade damage done to both nikotilan and Roy. So unconfirmed damage for Into the Breach, but damage nonetheless.
Check this out, little gap for Crims to work with. Volt's peppering him through the smoke and actually finds a nice frag onto Crims. Now, it's short-lived celebrations. Fasher at the... This is the perfect call. Misread.
Volt's pushing.
From Into the Breach.
I guess they're foregoing Monster here. So if Fnatic just waltz on through Monster, they will get the jump on Volt, who is in between 2 mines right now. Has just flashed for Crucial. Connect to cold clear. Has a sneaking suspicion that they're on their way. Oh, nade's not bad.
Really set for success and not quite on the money. Missed Molly. Good golly, smokes down. Couple of shots do connect. It's Thomas that gets the bomb carrier. Fasha, frustrated boost. Exciting as Roy's caught as well over the smoke from Crucial. Into the breach, actually playing this one very constrained, or rather restrained. Thomas could check that one out. Covered by Mezzi. And a good headshot back, a 2v3 now.
Winnable.
Most definitely. nykytilan looking for lethality. Volt's got him. There's too many. And into the breach. They keep it going, keep it flowing in one direction.
And Thomas had something to say there. That was banter directed in Fnatic's direction. And that was a really nice round. I just like how they played for info. Volt also finding out Crims in that smoke, just tapping away with the Famis. So that was a good way to open up the account here. You see, just searching for Crims and eventually finds him. Fasha gets one back for Cypher for free, but it's this Thomas kill that you highlighted that's key, right? Just from the heavens. It just felt like a freebie there, not ready for it. And Fnatic yet to draw blood here on their map choice. You want to lose your voice at the end of the day, I would say, if you're into the breach. You want to make sure that you're giving it your all here. You know, it's all the cliches, but you want to leave it all out there, especially with what's on the line.
Yeah, and the fact that this will never happen again. I can say that with absolute confidence. You're never going to be in Paris. You're never going to be 2-2 playing Fnatic.
Playing CSGO.
And playing CSGO. Oh, and Crucial on to nykytilan. That's his fourth death for nykytilan. Yet to see him in the feed in a positive manner. And Ralen, he's about to get a test. He's made, be ready for one, but not the second. Big from Fasha, dink from Ralen makes life a little more difficult for the Dutchman onwards. And Crucial, his Danish counterpart on the other side of the server, he's got all of this on lock. He's just going to be surveying the savannah of Party and that banana area. They're regrouping, though, towards B side.
I think one of the keys I'm just noting here with this round kicking off and Crucial finding an opener is there have been 4 separate individuals in the early stages for Into the Breach who have found opening exchanges, which means they're standing up when tested. So that's a good sign here. And a good setup to lock down this B site.
You're seeing Cypher's routine on that crosshair. He's looking in the right direction, and only the one. Volt will finish it off, and just like that, the 4th round feels imminent. You ain't got the HP for this one, Fasha. Volt opts for sandbags as his final resting place. Investigating short side. Thomas has the monster walk. And they continue to rack up the rounds. A team ace this time from Into the Breach. So they're maybe all taking it in turns to open. And this one, all finding a contribution. This was Crucial's opener. Very quick from nykytilan towards the fountain. So good work from Crucial to be aware of that.
I love how quick Volt swung off that. That's great work, really good teamwork. And just the more I get to see of Cypher and Volt playing, especially with each other in sites, it's cool because these two are both young British lads, 20 for Cypher, 21 for Volt. And, you know, Mezzi's not old either. He's 24. So as far as the future of UK Counter-Strike goes, there's some great names that people can get excited about at home. Maybe bring Smooya into the mix on the AWP. We could be making a team here, couldn't we? But timeout will conclude, and we are ready to get things underway with round number 5. No AWP available here for nykytilan, so it is going to be another round where Fnatic do not have a full buy available just yet. How does Mezzi want to conduct them forward here?
See where this one gets them.
This is going to be an aggressive play towards A. Thomas is starting for A. Cypher solo B. So this is a change from the CT side, not the T's. 2 aggro long. Crucial over towards Party, Ralen in connector. They want to look for some fights here, and Roy looks ready for this. This is a cheeky boost.
That's the perfect boost for this kind of play.
Especially if they keep on pushing.
It worked against Liquid, and I'm sure the Fnatic will have at least caught a glimpse of that touch of aggression from the likes of Cypher and Co, but this is a very different setup. And now, with the dismantled boost, they will investigate. How far does Volt push the issue? Oh, elbow spotted. Good headshot. Takes down nykytilan. Roy responds. And more required out of Crucial. He's going to get run down. Beautiful play from Roy. He won't be expecting another, will ya? And Volt, or rather, Ralen, he's taken down Mezzi. He's taken the whole team down. Aggression, the remedy. They might be able to find the bomb if they keep going towards Crims's location. Pushing the playground, pushing the issue, looking to keep their foot on the throat of Fnatic, and they are ablaze with 5 in a row.
That's really good. And one of the keys that I thought they were going to have an issue with was Rallen getting away with his aggression, and Crim's looking a little bit dejected right there, but understandably so, because of that all-in move. That's essentially, it's much easier for Fnatic to waltz in towards B than it is A. Now, I thought that Rallen was going to have a hard time going for aggressive maneuvers because of how good the default from Fnatic could be, but if you play 4 players A, the default, it has to worry about so many more positions, right? You're normally just worried about an AWPer and a rifler. Well, he had to worry about 3 riflers and an AWP. And Roy had some really nice shots there, but it meant that Fnatic couldn't take their traditional map control, which is a great opening round call for Into the Breach. Really nice stuff to see here.
Yeah, and inspired to go for something straight out of CT spawn. Fnatic weren't prepared to, or weren't able to process what was being thrown their way, and now look at it. It's completely
forcing them towards B, right? They don't want to test any A aggression. Here they come.
Okay. Oh, Cypher. And it doesn't matter, because Volt and Thomas are here to lock it down. They're in the right place in back-to-back rounds.
Damn, I'm impressed here with just some of the way that they've been able to read the game and be ahead of Fnatic maneuvers here. nykytilan's low, Crim's joining the party up short. Both of them won't be long for the world. As, it almost was a flawless one there for Thomas. He goes down, but 3 stay alive. And yeah, they have great guns right now. And I don't mean in terms of the weapons in their hands. I'm talking about the finances. Thomas, before he buys, has 10K. Everybody has at least a residual buy. It's 6-0 start.
This is crazy,
The closest the rounds have been, there's been 3 players staying alive for Into the Breach. It's really been good Counter-Strike here.
I'm getting like a taste of what it must be like to have, like a parent-teacher evening, and the teacher sitting there talking about how good my child is. I imagine this is something similar. I know I'm not claiming that I've, produced Into the Breach. I haven't been a part of them.
I'm not attached by nationality.
I'm attached by nationality, and we don't get much to be proud of as a Brit these days. So hearing Chad say he's impressed by Into the Breach, it gives me the fuzzy feels. This is another inspired play. Oh, and Crims is going to be a real frustrated warrior.
They've opened the toy box today, and they're pulling everything out.
Everything out.
Everything. Every trick in the book so far.
Why not? You've got what could be your final map at the major.
Well, this is the thing, the understanding of Counter-Strike right now, in terms of a lot of people having options of having the information.
Yeah.
It's been more available now than ever. So all of these moves, all of these plays, everybody knows, but Into the Breach just pulling them out at different times, right? And that's a crazy play to just pull out when you're 6-0 up. So just thinking on their toes, they've really got some nice little changes here, and it's going to keep Fnatic scratching their head. Remember I was talking about those openings, how it wasn't going in their favor here? Or, well, I guess it is going in the favor of the Into the Breach boys, who were only conceded 1 so far. Everything else has been going their way in the opening exchanges.
Yeah, and you can see it really slows down Fnatic, because there's always something fishy afoot. A re-smoke, lurkable, and Roy's going to have to stare at that.
When you see it, you'd be a little bit worried. Yeah, his crosshair went to the boost because, oh, maybe it wasn't the boost. Maybe it was just the barrels, Murray. Regardless, here we go.
Yep. Volt flash, executed. It's Cypher that steps up in response, and a 3-man spray. Roy gone, round 1. Unless nykytilan has got anything crazy to say or do, Rallen should have him. And he does deliver. Options for the AWP. Cypher cheering him on, trying to get the juices flowing and holding on to this momentum, because they are soaring right now. Overpass. Sure, they had a competitive one. We saw it against Liquid. We were impressed by the way in which Into the Breach were competitive against Liquid in good form, with OC in top form. But then you look at Fnatic, you say it's one of their, if not their best map, Overpass. It lends itself to their kind of procedural, default-heavy style.
Come be again, he says.
Come be again, oh you gangster. That's it. That's what UK lands sound like.
Oh no, yeah, don't you worry.
Stand up, stand up. What seat number are you at? Let me see you. Okay, 7-0 and forcing Fnatic down to a humble Tech-9 armor round.
Yeah, second timeout for Keita to get on the mic here. Now, look, the half's definitely not done for Fnatic fans out there. They can still claw back into this. If they get 4 rounds, that's all they need. They just need 4 T-side rounds. They know how to putt this one in on the CT side. They can do anything Into the Breach is doing and better.
Oh, for sure. Just watch Into the Breach as well. Like, they've been holding on to it for now, but these guys have had a history of a couple of...
oopsies.
Yeah, oopsies. And against these Tech-9s, pace, overrun, miss no-scope, Rallen trying to bail him out, but they lose them both, and just like that, already, face palms imminent. Thomas and Volt desperate to keep hold of this slippery rope as he tries to dump some util, slow him down, a good spray, but damage dealt. Thomas stands his ground.
Behind them.
Needed one onto Mezzi. He gets them both down. Cypher from behind.
That's the bomb.
Can he save them? Can he save them? One, needs another. Spotted out on the site, knows where he is. Mezzy did so much, and now we've got Brit on Brit action.
Mind games here. Where's he gotten off to? Cypher has no idea, just looking for the heads-up duel, but Mezzy trying to play the time here. Around the world maneuver, back through long. And Cypher now considering that. But as the time ticks down, more and more options. He fires off his gun. You can see the pressure here in a moment like this. Death catching essentially.
For longer.
¿Qué está sucediendo? ¿Se quedó sin municiones? ¿Qué va a hacer ahora? Nuestro ganador recibe una caja con skins increíbles de Keydrop. También tenemos algo.
Completely lost track of him.
Look how calm Mezzy is. He's just taken this position mid-bathrooms and is chilling. Now he makes his move.
Oh, Cypher on his next lazy clear. He could be caught.
It's all in the timing here. Mezzy has to finish A. Well played from Cypher so far.
This would be huge from Cypher. Oh! And that is Mezzy saving Fnatic with the 4K. Grabs the AWP and grabs something for Fnatic to work with. Just Tech 9s. He loses 2. It was Cypher looking for that 1v2 to bring it back. 1v3, do excuse me. He takes down nykytilan on that flank first.
That's great. The bomb's loose here.
Oh, man.
Just the timing. Just the timing there.
The timing on that one. The uncertainty. The uncertainty. Mezzy played that to perfection. You got low HP. You know where he is. You know where that bomb is. And Mezzy closes out. You've got to give him props for that one.
All right, well, the question now is into the bridge. Can they hold this together? You saw the frustrations from Cypher there. This is a great lead. Still 6 rounds in their favor. Still a buy available here. That was one of the oopsies we were talking about. Crucial and Rowland getting overrun, but now they've taken a bit more of a passive stance here. Crucial's AWP and Rowland's rifle. You see these two paired up a lot. The imports. As long they've been able to make their way through Fnatic. 3 players on the crawl with nykytilan on the tail with that bomb. Fasher connector, Crim's outside B. Now Crucial, this is a very difficult fight for him. If they flash or if they jump over the scope, he will be overrun.
And contact elsewhere. And contact elsewhere. Good catch. Cypher's push has been punished. It's Crim's containing that. And Mezzy pushing forward. How much is audible there? Crucial could be caught out by the pace on this one. He's already slipped past that gap he's working with.
He wants the teams to go B. He's communicated for the team to go B. And steps back into the AWP. That's just too easy.
Okay.
That's 2 for Crucial in the round where they've just walked in, just waltzed in. Hold that shift key. He'll hit those every day of the week.
A gift. Fnatic have given their opposition. With 24, it's going to be a hasty run into B to finish.
It's a retake setup here.
Yeah. Thomas, Volt. A smoke short does nothing. They're in. These crab-walked players through. And Fasher with a great headshot to start it off. Another would be crazy. That was the bomb. That could be the round. They need to plant now. One more.
No time.
One more.
No time.
No time at all. nykytilan, just for survival, looking to run him down after time. He fights his way into survival. Keeps hold of everything. But still the round goes into the Breach's way. They'll be happy with that one.
Oh, maybe short-lived until they look at their finances there. They really wanted to take nykytilan down after time.
Right.
So he wouldn't have any loss bonus, but look at how many guns they just gave up. These were the sitters for Crucial on the big green, right? They're literally just walking into his scope right there. So handiwork for him. But as this late round skirmish continues, they throw so many bodies in towards Fnatic and they lose everything.
Ooh, they're living.
They wanted to ruin nykytilan's economy. That didn't happen. They're in MP9 and a FAMAS here, so definitely down in the buy department as we set up the quad burst. And nykytilan, he will deliver.
What can they take off the back of that? Rowland, he must be licking his lips. Hang on a second, you telling me they were 5-man invested?
He's not overstepping the mark here, though. You can see flirting with the idea. But now that everybody knows exactly how they started, Rowland thinking better of that type of a push. This little flash combo again in towards connector. So the info play is there. Crucial will be set up on A on his lonesome here, but it really will come down to Cypher and Volt on B.
You say that, it's just Volt now. Maybe heaven for Cypher. Yeah, okay. Comes back around. Picks up the kit off of Thomas.
Staying in the heavens as well here. Fnatic haven't made their final move at all, and they don't have to. They still have a minute on the clock. Roy is ready for that type of Rowland aggression that you were talking about. He's been watching this push the entire time, and now he's going to start to join up with the rest of the team as they do spot out Rowland. Into B they go.
Hinging on this first defensive fight. Good chip damage. It's Crim's using that barrel's position, but heard by the flames. Cypher aware. 4 members of Fnatic on the other side of that smoke, and it's Rowland. He draws blood first. More built upon it by Cypher.
Held to the door now.
Yeah, they're limited. Need one final flourish. Good catch. Mezzi continues to impress. It's Volt that gets the bomb on the floor. Advantage for this defense extended as Ralen again features in impactful frags, and that's going to feel good. Returning to their winning ways immediately, and not only winning the half, but extending that lead.
They were in a very breakable position there by virtue of that previous round, right? Lose one, win one, lose all the guns in the round that you win. Finance is pretty bleak. And you started the round with losing Thomas in the first 15 seconds. They were doing a Formula 1 pit stop right there with that boost, taking him down before he could even blink. And at that moment, you have the number advantage, you have all the time. They were worried about the Ralen push. You've pointed out a tendency that Fnatic have identified as well, and it never came. Ralen playing games with them here, and this B bomb site locked down. Maybe Cypher wants to yell that one more time, because this site seems locked for business.
That is a tiny crosser. That's a pixel with width. Working for Ralen, and not working for Fnatic right now.
Keeping them very quiet here. You've got 3 kills for Crims, 4 apiece for Fasher and Roy, 5 for Nikodos, only 8 for Mezzi. And the only round they have is a Mezzi clutch. That was almost Cypher robbing away a 1-on-3 situation. So Fnatic, they will invest again here. Maxed out loss bonus. It's not a full buy. They can purchase into the next round, but they have a couple of AKs, a couple of Tech 9s to keep this tricky.
It worked once. Does it work again? Mezzi finding a 4K in total, but that Tech 9 working very nicely in his hands.
You see this time Crucial and Ralen not pushing when they know it's a lower buy. They've actually been much more reserved. Ralen's still forward.
Yeah, he's ready to fight. Cautious of any flashes, and they're trying to set up that rifle.
He will come behind them. So what's going to happen is if this boost gets noted, I expect Ralen to surely have a look, right? Surely consider taking this fight.
Okay, well, Cypher manages to hit it.
And Ralen is having a look.
He is having a look for Crims. Oh, needed that one. Crucial. Tested and a quick reaction shot to get away from danger. There's more to come. Here comes Roy. Through that smoke, hoping to catch one where Crucial's looking the wrong way. Oh dear. Crucial is being chased. That Tech 9 in hot pursuit. Great frag, but responded to. Crucial gets the incendiary down in time. It's Mezzi's second chance at the 1v3. What have you got for us? Very low HP on Cypher and is punished.
He can plant reverse side. He could even... No, he can't jump across now.
That's a lot of damage, and that's the round secure. Very happy with that
10
one.
rounds.
I mean, this
Double
is...
digits.
Yeah, you talk about it. You know, Fnatic, sure, strong overpass, but into the breach, that overpass against Liquid, couple of oopsies between them and taking it against such a big name.
This in my, like, compared to the Liquid performance, this is, I would say, 50% better.
Yeah.
I know that Liquid performance, they took them into overtime, but just how clean a lot of these rounds have been, how they're handling with the multi-kills, everybody having their moments here.
Oh yeah, this is a full team effort as well, make no mistake. And look at that kill spread, it's lovely. Like, the top 4 performers are within 3 frags of each other.
But 5 rounds still available here for Fnatic before we go into the halftime break. So if they can get that, or even 4, it is more than workable here for this team. It's just about getting there, and where are they going to break through? Because they haven't conditioned anything at all within this game, right? They're going to have to maybe just go back to the drawing board with a default start. Roy trying to take some A space on his own, so a lot of responsibility for him. And
Crims is hunting. Be careful with your jumps for info here, lads. It looks like they want to erect a boost, which Crims is pre-aiming both.
They're going to push the AWP out short as well, so this isn't just a single boost play, it's a wombo combo.
We hit one. And that's the boost completely dismantled. Thomas gets a involuntary haircut.
Well, not the first time they've given up the opening death here into the breach. They have recovered plenty of times before.
Okay, juggling 2 smokes over there in case they need them. Bomb's going back. Like, Mezzi and Crims are both leaving, so no one's going to do the housekeeping. They're just expecting that that frag will be enough to contain the CTs, and understandably so.
But they've kept 2 at A, so even a gamble call. The fact that Volt was looking up at the side tells that he was considering starting to rotate over here, but it looks like the 2-2 has been called into play. Crucial, going to get on the end of that fishing rod. He's the bait. He's looking for some info. Blindsided, surely.
Okay, he's got
How's he alive?
How's he alive? I don't know. Neither does he.
They got to run him down,
He has to stand. Stand and bang. One would be great. Hard ass of the AWP. But oh, bodyguarded by Ralen. He actually gets away with it. Still gets the frag. And now Fnatic. Red alert. They need access to this site right now. Right now. Molly's in. What have you got? Ralin, another frag. Can he save them? Defend the side again, make it 11. Yes, they can. Cypher establishes the crossfire, and it's Ralin leaping to the lead 11 as a triple from the pole puts them in pole position for domination.
Damn, if I'm Keita, yeah, I was going to say, I'm burning all the timeouts, and he's done exactly that. He has just taken their 4th timeout in the first half, and we're not even at round 15 yet.
Yeah, hi guys, Keita here. I need 4. We can work with 4. I can't work with 1. 1 round off the back of a 1v1. Like, this is a categorical thrashing.
This is a shutout right now. They are just completely dominating Fnatic on their home map. Like, just drubbing. This is fantastic work here.
They lost the opening.
Yeah, not the first time either. Remember the quad boost with nykytilan taking down Thomas. They're able just to rotate in, and the individuals, the multi-kills making the difference as Ralin on the jump, getting tricky with it for the finish. And the bodyguarding, crucial. The good graces. Angel on his shoulder. Angel on his shoulder.
That is a gift.
This is hype right now.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, into the breach, if they could find themselves taking this map, already taking 2 maps in the Legend stage, this would be the 3rd. And a big scalp like Fnatic as well.
Crucial's posted up in connected with the AWP. If Fasha goes for a peek here at all, it's going to be a difficult fight for him. There are more players to help Roy for this map control that we were talking about, but there's nobody close right now. You know, there's a little aggressive maneuvers. They're not in play, but they will scale above Crucial now.
He's on a timing.
Yeah, he needs to get out. Well considered, and they can even back off and do a double long setup if they'd like. Ralin on the jiggle didn't spot anything, so you can see they haven't leaked past that little invisible timer that Into the Breach have built into their head. So Volt and Cypher on B. Thomas has rotated over to help, and Thomas has a flash ready for Ralin. Oh, never mind. Wasn't for Ralin at all.
He wanted to move forward. This is a very aggressive defense for that A position. Ralin just jumping for long info, and they're going to be boosting. So maybe nykytilan's scout will catch a glimpse. It's going to be a very hard shot to hit.
You won't jump again.
Nope. He's waiting for sound cues and does get that smoke down. It's a good time to drop it.
35 seconds.
It's a very good time to drop it.
And Volt's rotating over as well. Into the stack once more.
Crucial. He goes forward. And he gets one for free. Fasha moonwalking into the scope. Nice one back. Crims. They need a lot more of where that came from. And Mezzi might overlook this position. Distracted. And Thomas, he'll zip up the body bag. He's got himself the bomb. And they're looking like the round is in the right place. Everything coming together beautifully. 12. This is getting crazy. Off the back of the 4th Fnatic timeout. And Into the Breach don't care.
Yeah, there's no tenacity out of Fnatic here, and this is what happens when you're a team that has a lot of default style in your play. Where's the flare? Where's your can opener? Where's your crowbar? Where's the player who you're going to turn to say, hey, go to this area of the map, let's flash you in, let's take the fight. Who's the exciting player on this roster? Well, nykytilan can get flicky with the AWP. You expect Roy to do some dirty work with the rifle. But outside of that, you know, Crims, he's a bit more of an anchor style player. Mezzi, but he has to do it on his own. This round timeline right here, it paints the picture better than we ever could.
1 round. Surely they find another before the end of this half. Trying to punish Fnatic, picking Inferno. Didn't work out for Into the Breach, but here on Overpass, it's a very different kettle of fish. Look at Cypher's forward position here. Like, this is Cypher versus Crims. Crims was there at the very first major, and here at the last for Global Offensive. It's Volt to take him down. And with Ralin's help, they do have an advantage. Can't quite convert off the wall bang. Significant damage dealt to Fasha though, and he will get that smoke down to elope. Charging long, loud about it. Bomb on the back of nykytilan. It's a Mac 10, a Deagle, and that recovered M4.
Yeah, Volt will be fast behind them here if they do want to go for this A finish. 55 seconds left. Bomb coming through long. No flash to pop, so they play on the fade. Either way, Volt's starting to investigate now anyway. Cypher's rotated over. Again, Into the Breach. All the places, all the people in the right place, mind you. And everybody dead.
Just like that. 13. Imminent and secure as they are running it, gunning it, all the way to a half-time. One more round for 14-1. And having it on a silver platter to force Vertigo. And Chad, that's a conversation I'm looking forward to having.
Yeah, Vertigo for Into the Breach is a map where I expect them to do some really good work. Fnatic as well, we might actually get a tussle on that because this right now is a blowout. We know that teams like to play in the fade, the monster smoke, they isolate that backyard B defender, like all the moves that you need to make as a Counter-Strike team are being made right now from Into the Breach. They are playing proper Counter-Strike in the biggest game of most of these players' careers.
Oh, come on,
I would say all of their careers.
All of their careers, Chad. They've been at it for years, but this game means so much to every single one of them.
Just denied again. They tried something risky. They tried to send a fight. Cypher takes down Crims once more.
Juices flowing. Nikodos disrupting. A dominating double to give Fnatic a chance at the second here. And Roy, he wins that duel. The second bullet not quite on the money from Rollins M4, but Thomas, he knows one's there. Nikodos finished off and spots another as well.
He knows where both are.
Yep, heard short, knows monster. Thomas relaying that information. They have the health advantage, crucial to rotate through. He brings the fight to Roy, and he can finish it. Continues to frag, and that is 14 into the breach. 2 rounds away from taking their third of the Legends stage and forcing us the distance.
That's actually a funny story. I don't know if I should. I don't know if it's only on me, so.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll share.
Let's go.
Maybe 2 weeks prior, I destroyed my phone. So I had just gotten a new phone. It was the newest iPhone at the time. Yeah, you know, I was on my phone and I had to pee. So and you know, you see, you have the toilet as like right here, and then you'd have like a window up here, a little bit curved, you know.
So you can see the bears coming.
Yeah. So I was just like, I put my phone up there. All of a sudden, I hear someone, you know, like tries to, and it's Sonic, you know. I panic that I thought that maybe I didn't lock the door.
Oh yeah.
So I'm standing here, my phone is up here.
Yeah.
I hit my phone with my elbow as the phone goes bloop.
Into the toilet.
So my phone is lying in the toilet with my own pee in it.
Yeah.
So I just immediately like get my hand inside the toilet, realizing that the phone has gotten stuck because, you know, the toilet is like
on the curve.
On the curve, so it's like in between. I'm just like trying to get that goddamn phone out. I finally get the phone out and I look at it. It's fine. It's working. I had pee all over my hands, in my phone, and oh my god, it was horrible. Sonic kind of also panicked because he heard from outside the door a lot of things happened, and he was like, what did I do? And he didn't know it was me in there.
Yeah.
And then he said, hello? And it's like, it's just me, Danny. It's just me, Danny. He said, are you okay? Yeah, I just dropped my phone in the toilet. There's pee everywhere. Oh.
Pants on your ankles, lying on the floor.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Phone stuck in the toilet.
It was horrible. And when I went back to the room to tell the guys that what I did, that was a horrible thing.
Wow.
It's actually right here. This is the phone.
The same phone.
This is the phone. So
make sure never to touch that. But yeah, still remember it. Got that sent.
Overpass seems comfortable for Into the Breach, and Fnatic may be a little shocked that the third map may be required. They take Inferno, Into the Breach's pick. You think you're heading into home turf, and you're taking it all the way to the top 8 of Paris. And now Into the Breach have changed the dialogue. 14-1. An incredible first half out of Into the Breach leaves Fnatic completely bamboozled. 18 frags for Rallen, 19 for Thomas. He was making impact across the map while pulling the strings of this squad.
Uh-oh, they're pushing into a lot of players here.
Hello, Pasha. He's done a lot with that USP. You send Roy in, he kicks up a fuss, but it's fasha that manages to leave with the advantage for the squad.
They know that Crucial was taking a fight over towards Fountain, so they might not be expecting everybody just to follow through straight in towards B here. fasha coming for what is a repeat monster. We're about to have another biff. Have to pick together here, Volt and Crucial, if they are to fight. Separated now in this number disadvantage, calling out the information of Mezzi's jump. So a 2-2 setup established. And remember, fasha is low, 34 points of health.
He got a lot of info. Thomas knows Mezzi's rotated off, so if he's brave, if they get info on the monster positioning, fasha are low enough to fall to body shots. Oh, headshots, Crucial. One, overlooks the position, and a quick response from Volt. It's nice from Mezzi. He gets himself right back into position in time. Now that smoke does provide a little cover. They regroup, they want to play the advantage, play this 1v2, gets the bomb, gets away. They're going to run him down. Volt needed one, Mezzi, none of it. Some sharp shooting out of the Brit.
Responsible for both of their rounds, isn't he, Mezzi? He won the clutch against Cypher, and now hits a couple of bangers right there to make sure Volt can't even get that bomb down. That plant would have been worth its weight in gold as far as the next round to play. I think this is where we see Into the Breach take things quite steady and go for a full eco, or maybe just some P250 upgrades. You don't want to invest too much. You can bring out the AKs into the next with the loss bonus, but that's a nice shot there from Crucial. A good trade from Volt, but Mezzi, he shows him how it's done with a couple of his own. And this long journey back into Overpass has begun for Fnatic here. Now this is the Milkman round, right? Allow the CTs to use a bunch of their utility, swarm late, overrun them, try and get a kill. A plant would be a bonus. But this one here is going to be a very slow start. Don't expect to see too many fireworks in a round like this. But with a score 14-1, it's seems almost unrecoverable, right? But we have seen some teams in recent history winning insane games, right? From massive leads. So maybe there's a little something in the water here today. But Fnatic have to put their big boy pants on and hopefully find themselves in that 2-minute break, because there wasn't any bite about them. It was all into the breach in that first half. Fantastic counter-strike from top to bottom. The macro decisioning of how they wanted to play out as a team, the individuals with the multi-kills. Everybody had their moments, and you could see the energy was there as well. This team isn't going to go down without a fight. Means an awful lot to a squad who has only been together for a couple of months. And as we mentioned at the start of the cast, Into the Breach is not a household name for Counter-Strike. This is more how people may remember organizations back in the early days. As, oh, Roy, you're about to get a bit of a shock here, mate. That kill, that's nice. 30 seconds, they will have to commit towards A now.
Yeah, they'd love a couple more. nykytilan might not allow that, though, as he's got the perfect weapon for the job, and with fasha's help, they do try and run him down, and another kill from Rallen.
Good damage.
Forces a rebuy. Not too shabby. Of course, you will keep hold of that M4 and those FAMAS, but damage found, and yeah, that's the third round for Fnatic. It does just feel like an inevitability. Crazier things have happened.
Remember, though, Fnatic used all of their timeouts within that first half of play. So, look, they don't have a lot of area to have a foot fault here, but if they did want to take a timeout at any point of this, if things are starting to get really intense and they needed that conversation after a close round to discuss a buy, they will not have those options available here. They'll have to be Into the Breach to give them that 30 seconds, as we do get into the first gun round of the second half.
Let's see what they go for. Like, let's see what kind of first heat gun round Into the Breach had in mind. nykytilan just on the bench. A forward position, completely runs over. Gets himself two.
Interesting to see a dry swing into that. You know, no util, so hoping to get this one done with pace. But as Roy claws through connector, he will call this clear.
It is possible as well that Into the Breach might be falling victim to the let's just get it done.
That's true. Yeah, and it's something you have to experience and learn.
Ooh, Mezzi, yeah, he gets caught out actually. So Crucial.
Here comes Roy. The bomb's about to be dropped.
Oh, yeah. He's just rounded the corner.
Oh, okay, maybe not dropped.
Oh, stop. He's
Oh!
Just found the kill.
That's massive.
How? A third from Crucial.
They can go anywhere now. There's no rush. Thomas, take a breath. Call the team into this.
Oh.
You know that it's the B defenders here.
Couple of slip-ups here and more information. Whoa, Crucial's on a mission right now. His first major, not his first time of asking or trying.
He's been doing this for an awfully long time, as Joey.
Yeah, and to do it with style, doing himself proud, doing it for his squad as well.
Oh, they're going back into B. Look at Crim's off angle that he's holding here. Sure, it's the FAMAS, but if all three of them just charge up short, they have util. They can take their time. They don't just have to run. They have nades.
They're just running in. And Crim's
He'll be over the smoke.
Primed and ready. Headshot spotted. Okay, problems now.
Fasha with the last two there, everybody. We had a bit of a crash go on, but Fasha picked up Thomas and Volt. It is going to be the round for Fnatic, 14-4. Bear with us. It is computers. These things happen.
But actually, they did have a lot more. They had like 2 smokes, 2 Molotovs, 4
They
flashes.
threw the stuff.
They did.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw it coming a mile off, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Handled. 14-4, and it was a lovely attempt from Crucial. Felt like his frags had been enough to tip the scales.
He had a sixth sense there with some of those fights, didn't he? And then when he was taking more, his crosshair placement, he was very ready for all the jewels.
And that was after conceding a double.
Exactly.
Like,
that's not a round that Into the Breach should have been winning. Oh, as you can see, there we go again. Look, a few doohickeys going on right now, but it's right. Alex and I are in game. So
there's some rats in the system.
Radio cast.
We can do it the old-fashioned way. Boot up Winamp, and we'll do some shout casting for you. Actually, if I was doing shout casting, I have to be very explicit.
And more nasally.
Okay, yeah.
5 towards the banana position.
The Brits out there, they're all getting their flashbacks now.
Nikodos is probably going to have some PTSD if he dies against the pistols again. Don't forget.
Don't miss another Nikodos.
No. I mean, it has enabled them to get a little closer, but Mezzi's not allowing it to spiral. They've got Roy on the side, Fasher and Crims are on their way, and everything's going to fall into place. A single dig, maybe their best hope. Thomas now added to the naughty list, and it is a good headshot. Nikodos will go down to the crucial dig, still making it as costly as they can, hoping that they overstep the market. And Roy set up for success. Doesn't get the double. Rala makes it costly again, so they're still chipping away at this Fnatic defense, the funds, etc. But there you go. Fnatic, they have found 4 in a row.
Now, if this was, two more known teams, right, in terms of the upper echelons, I'm talking experience and pressure matches. Yeah. I'm not, obviously, Into the Breach have played a lot of games, and these players we've seen in different points throughout their career. But in terms of the pressure in this environment right now, Into the Breach are going to have a hard time to close, right? You're only going to get so many opportunities, and the rounds that they get openings, or the rounds that they feel like they should close, if they lose the clutch or they lose the number advantage, that's going to build on them more than it will on Fnatic. Fnatic is just going to go through the paces here. Still difficult for them to come back into this game. If we were talking about most other matches, it's a matter of time, and I still feel that. But if Fnatic can get closer to that double digits, remember the shot to try and claw this all the way back and have a historic comeback.
That would be special. 14-1. The bar set incredibly low for Into the Breach's T side. They just have to find 2 on this attack. Within the confines of regulation. He could tell he wanted to, but opts not to. We'll throw out the incendiary, but Roy's been left for dead. He's actually happy to just fully commit to this. Hoping to catch Cypher. Unawares. Good catch. Traded. It's Volt from that underpass.
Have to finish the round with 2 smokes and a flash here. Sure, the HE in the mix, but not an awful lot. Yeah, Rowland has just donated a smoke towards Thomas. They're going to fake A and go B. That looks like the finish to this. Sounds simple, sounds like an Alexi B call. But no, they are going to throw a little bit of util to try and hold the presence on the A side and try and finish here as Crucial lines up the Heaven smoke. Thomas will join him. Rowland and Volt through Monster.
Close angle. It worked for Crims once. Better weapon for the job this time as well. As it's Fasher combined perfectly, just like that mincemeat made of Into the Breach.
Crucial needs to save this here. 7 seconds, needs to back off. Should be given the good graces to do so. And there's another round for Fnatic. So another, at least, even exchange to start off the round. But there you go, Fnatic just able to lock things down. The CT side coming online now. We're talking about 5 consecutive rounds and the bomb yet to go down. As far as the finances are concerned, there are going to be limiting options if Into the Breach can't start making more penetration into these sites and punching those digits in. With the loss bonus maxed on out, the plant could help them. That's how you could apply so much pressure. If you are getting into the site, oh, their first time out. Yeah, juxtaposition there, isn't it? This is showing you how easy, and Juve on the mic, does he have an idea? Does he have a plan of what they can do around this saved AWP? You need to set Crucial up for a pick here, and they're going to go all in. This is interesting. They know they have so many rounds to work with. There's plenty of ways to skin a cat here, but they're going to take the most aggressive of the bunch. So this is going to buy back in. Could have taken a partial.
Yeah, and knowing you're going to be up against a very comfortable Fnatic.
It should just be more all-in if you're going to do something like this. You can't play a default round. You don't have enough utility to do so. So do something more pack-rolly and hope that you trade efficiently. If you just spread out and try and do a default round in this type of environment, I do not see it working. So think a bit more 4-1.
Let's find out. They go for 2, 2, 1. And Roy, the first to draw blood. Rallen, booked. And hopes of Into the Breach finding something as a pack is cooked.
At least they took this connector control quite quickly, which will have been noted and heard. So Roy and Mezzy drop back and immediately respect that and even set up a nice little stack here. Mezzy's directly below him, so you cross their placement. Yeah. You can't deal with both.
Yeah, I like to call that the Musketeer setup. One crouching, one above. You can see Volt, he's loudly looking for any sort of ounce of info.
He wants a flash.
Go. And Crucial wasn't far off. Cypher will punish, but not before Volt goes down. So that advantage is held on to for another round. This, the 21st. Crimson Fasher with more of a passive hold of B at the back lines. It's Crims that maneuvers deeper into the site, ready to hold on. They've passed every test so far on their site. A new angle adopted. And hoping Crucial can try and keep some feet planted. He's still investigating towards the bathroom area. 35. A smoke for the ace site.
That's still hard to break, even if you keep them 2-2 here on the defense. Cypher are going around Monster. They know they need some presence there. Running out of time, running out of options.
15.
Mezzy's coming over as well.
Supposed to. Flash is out. Heaven, soon to be occupied. You're trying to get the bomb in, and you get nothing but a face full of lead. Call it off. Call off the hounds. Crucial and Thomas back away to hold on for another day, and now 7. Fnatic definitely heating up into this one.
And still no plant, so doing a great job showing Into the Breach anything you can do in the first half we can do better. And this is the chat, right? This is Fnatic's home map in this series. They've decided to take it here, and we're starting to see why. The biggest question is it too little too late? Well, not if Roy can get away with fights like that. Rallen isolated ahead of the smoke. The flash push was great for his second here. Cypher onto the trade, but the damage was already done. The buy, it lacked utility. It really needs to be, like, now they're going to take the save. Next round again, the max loss bonus still in play. But they need to do something in their next round, I think, more as a unit. And you want to take these risks early. Oh, quad boost. Oh, and ready for it. Okay.
Gangster.
Yeah, nykytilan's more than ready for that maneuver there. And I guess it makes sense. When you know that the AWP saved, how many plays do you have?
And you have someone pushing to punish that space. Look at the frags come through. Mezzy activating. So aware of his opponent.
Beautiful work.
With Cypher, yeah, pushing the smoke. Actually quite ballsy from him on that dig. He's nearly got another one. He does. Find Roy. Nearly. Oh, he does. Catch Mezzy. We doubted him. So did the observers. And yeah, that's a nasty miss. He's going to be punished for that one. Crucial had a chance to level it out into the 2v2, but now extended Cypher's chance to dwindle.
So ahead of him.
And he's still wanting more Deagle headshots. A valiant attempt. Okay, Crims will shut him down. That Cypher Deagle is potent, but a nice close and a continued perfect run from Fnatic. Has to be the same all the way if they want to finish in regulation.
All right, timeout number 2 now. You can see nykytilan's ready for it.
Yeah.
He's going to wonder how he didn't hit that when you saw Crucial sliding on the tippy top of the head right there of that quad boost. But a good heads-up play. Some considered counter-strike here. Yeah, considered counter-strike here from the Fnatic guys. And yeah, the surprise on the push, but it was always going to be the follow-through. Now, Crucial and Thomas, by virtue of saving guns, do not have enough money to go for the full buy, right? So this should be a situation where, if they wanted, they could get out 3 AKs, 2 Galils. It can be a purchase, and it looks like that will be the call. It's maybe not even the... okay. They're hedging their bets here. So they're not fully investing. They're going to leave just enough cash so everyone can buy again in the next round, but they're still staying threatening. So they're going to bring out a couple of AKs, a MAC-10, a P250, a Tech-9. There's 3, make it 4 smokes in the mix. No flashes, though, so it's going to be hard against these orbs.
Yeah, you have to humble Roy if he's getting away with that every time. Taking that aggressive space, it's really going to contain you. You can see nykytilan pushing alongside. Mezzy's got 3 on his plate right now. And lovely start. Need the trade. Cypher provides.
Good trade.
And now from Roy's position, they've lost weapons and they've lost territory. Look at the map. They're surging forward towards the A site. Fasha panicking in the rotate, does have to get in, eats the flash, but does manage to tuck into truck. Spotted, not traded. Cypher again. He racks up a third. This is where it falls apart. It is a missed shot from nykytilan. And now all onto Crims, noted and known in a 1 versus 3. To stave off our boatload of map points. He's calculated his Crims, but this one just seems like the probabilities all lie into the breach. Crucial will hold on. It's a triple from Cypher, an impactful one at that. We talked about trades, never mind getting all 3 running into that site, and it goes haywire. It wasn't even the full investment. He knew he had to be the hero.
That's exactly what you want to see from this kid. We've been talking about his stubbornness and the fact that he just wants to get in these fights. Well, let him fight. He's going to flourish doing exactly this. 20 years of age, first major in your face. Fnatic, who? Just taking him down, taking round 15. Just one more now. Fnatic on the ropes. They have to stay flawless. 7 consecutive rounds required here if they want to take this one to overtime, or we are going to Vertigo.
Sign me up. One of their best maps at that RMR. Now is to get them to the Legend stage. Well, they have arrived in this Legend stage, looking to leave their mark. They're 1 round away from forcing a third here.
Yeah, a couple of good shots there from nykytilan, right? Both connecting, one with the leg, one with the frag, and well, the ramp boost here for
little late.
Crucial. Yeah, and this is the thing. nykytilan is back so far off. They're playing this number advantage as deep as you'd like. It's Roy, the closest to a fight in connector right now. And as he pops his head up late, he doesn't see anything. So Rallen has actually caught that and found a good timing. Volt is aware that somebody was in connector, so evacuating through. He will have to drop back or just bolster B.
Yeah, Crim's already coming over. Suggests they've got a very good idea. Oh, and a spotted player. Cypher and Crucial boosting over on that plant box gives them a lot of info as to where at least 2 of them reside. nykytilan will go forward. Saw on Crucial finding great success on these kind of later clears. Wow, he's really forcing the issue here, nykytilan. And Volt.
Big miss!
Missed it! And he gets punished. nykytilan down. That could have the round red and looking problematic. As Cypher and Volt rack up some more. Fasha and Roy to save him.
Oh, they're planning safe. Roy's flank means nothing here.
And Volt's got the cover. Still potential for more bloodshed and success as into the breach. Just need to find Roy. They've done everything they needed to in this battle for top 8 in Paris. And it looks like it's going the distance. Nade on that low HP, no problem for into the breach. We will see 3. Vertigo locked in. Tell your friends, tell your British friends, it's all going down map 3.
That's the first guess. I'll do one of my teammates. Let's do Brokey. See what we get.
Niko.
Alright, now I'm going fish.
Let's try. He's older than Sortuan, another European player.
He's been at more than 10 meters.
Coldzera. Let's go Coldzera and get this one. Nope. I guess from my team, like Rain, Carrigan fit that narrative. I'll try for Rain. See what happens.
Has coldzera only been at 9 meters?
Carrigan.
So he's from Europe. He's older than 32. Guys, we're going for Swedish legends or Polish legends now.
I think it might be Taz.
Nope, but it's one of the guys.
Yeah. I'm trying my best. Freiburg. No, he's 30.
I think Neo is playing with Taz, so it will be Pasha in that case.
Okay, let's try Pasha beats. Yes, easy.
Let's go. I knew it, I don't know. I had a feeling.
That's so clever.
Pasha beats was on point. Lost it.
Designing a major trophy is not just an honor, but it's also quite a unique journey to go on. To create something this significant, this cool, and with such meaning built into it, it's definitely pushing buttons in the right way. For those who know us, they also know that we try to push things. And I think if we ever find ourselves in situations where people love every single thing that we're doing, it means that we're comfortable. It's just not exciting. A trophy is no different. It's obviously what is lifted at the end. It's probably the most iconic piece of, it's not even equipment, of lore, I guess, from an event. That's why I think we always try to and strive to make it different and out the box. So the process for the design itself is pretty straightforward. Normally in the past we've done other abstract things, and I think this was just no different. We knew we were in France, such a deep-rooted culture with arts. There was obviously many iterations, and there always is when you try to build something like this. So went through tons of iterations, picked some favorites, hashed it out in meetings, which ones we wanted to go with, and then worked with our vendors to try to, push the boundaries of how to make it. It may feel a little bit alien when you see it first, but I think when you see the full show, the spectacle, our motion, visuals for the screens, etc., then it'll hopefully feel full circle. Playful, fun, different, vibrant, all of that kind of went into it. I think we've created a beautiful trophy. Can't wait to see it on stage, be lifted, and winners bringing it home.
Welcome back to the Blast TV Paris Major. 2 maps are finished in this particular game. Each team has a map apiece, and you know what's so funny for me is after the first game, I was sitting here and what did I say? I said, oh, experience beats talent, and then experience beats passion. And then experience got shat on in the first round of that map.
Woof. You said it. Yeah, that's what happened. I mean, that was not a competitive first half. I said also that, Into the Breach, yeah, they could do it if they get maybe 11 on their CT side. They got 14. And it was through a crazy means of aggressive plays, consistently double mauling deep towards where T-spawns are coming out towards A, constantly throwing new ideas at Fnatic, making it so impossible for Fnatic to get into any significantly decent position. Yeah, Into the Breach, they absolutely deserve that off the back of a stellar CT side.
Let's head on over to the Mahone zone and learn a little bit more about how Into the Breach punished Fnatic.
That's right. So when we think about a map like Overpass, obviously on the T side, you always want to get map control. But Into the Breach, they knew this, and they want to target one person, Crims. So let's take a look at this. I have a compilation of rounds to just show all the different ways that they're able to punish him. So the first one here, very early in the half, they start off, take short control right away, smoke the Molotov. And what happens here is that Thomas, he actually throws this flash. Now this flash pops right about here. And what that does is for Crims that's coming through the short pipe, as he's trying to make his way through, he gets blinded. What this does is it creates positioning for Volt to come over towards that left side and put him in a position where he can actually spam this short pipe whenever he feels like it. He throws a few shots here and there, he hears the tag, and he's able to take down Crims. Next example here, more in the middle of the half, round 7. Instead of going through short, this time they actually go for a triple boost. And this triple boost is very uncommon. It's one of the least checked spots whenever you come up towards short, because for Crims, when he's coming out, as he's taking short, the first spot he expects is this typical boost spot. The next one is the spot here on the right side towards that sandbag. The last spot he's expecting is somebody boosted on top right there. With that triple boost, it takes him down. The last example right here, this time, instead of aggressing towards short, they decide to go towards Monster. Now, Cypher, he goes into the smoke, same with Volt. And right here, whenever you sit inside of a smoke, you actually have an advantage when it fades, because for people outside the smoke, you won't see them as quickly as people who are inside the smoke. So they use this mechanic here to allow them to clear further back. Cypher, he can clear further back as the smoke fades, knowing that the other side, the person on the other side won't see him yet. And this allows Volt to clear this very left side and catch Crims. And from Crims' point of view, this guy just directly peeks him. And this is really why it was so difficult for Fnatic here, is because they're constantly losing that B side. Crims, he was just dying every time to all these different ideas that Into the Breach had.
Thanks so much, Danny. And I mean, Danny broke it down there, but we could take it a step further. I feel like maybe Fnatic just underestimated the fact that Into the Breach was going to come with all these plays. They seem to just lack the pace that they needed to take them on.
Yeah, a bit of both, I'd argue. I don't think Fnatic played a good T-side at all, but I also do want to give the credit that Into the Breach deserves, because we saw here from Danny how much they were constantly trying to aggress, how much they were constantly trying to disrupt the way Fnatic were playing. We also saw it in middle a couple of times, where a fact of the matter was that Rallen and Cypher and everyone basically was up there poking and peeking and constantly making the playing ground for Fnatic slightly annoying. Thomas on your screen right here as well. The fact that he was aggressive in middle, in connector, everywhere on the map. That's your in-game leader playing the rotation role for Into the Breach, and he did that to perfection. So I think there's a lot of different aspects of this game that you gotta give credit to Into the Breach. Yes, Fnatic didn't look good whatsoever, and I know a couple of people already went to Twitter and said G2 died for that, but I want to give the credit to Into the Breach because they actually played a good game of Counter-Strike.
Another thing that I think maybe people that are watching this and wondering kind of like what's the difference between Tier 1 and Tier 2 CS? Well, you'll see a lot in Tier 1 CS, like let's say you're watching Rain and you're watching Brokey play that A side instead of Thomas and Crucial. What Thomas and Crucial, or basically all of Into the Breach, are doing is that they're running a play every single round. Like they're unrelenting with their aggressions, where let's get that guy out of it. But the thing is that when Tier 2 teams are playing, though, like it's just strat after strat after strat, even on CT side. But Tier 1 teams play back a lot more. They rely on their experience, their individual ability to try to just bail themselves and react to a lot of different situations. And so for Into the Breach to be showing that aggressive play is the answer, in a similar vein to why Heroic has become the most consistent team in Tier 1, there's a reason that all these Tier 2 teams are emulating them over teams like FaZe, where it's very difficult to just reproduce pure skill.
Into the Breach has had such a good run, and we've played it up as passion, and, you know, like they've been lucky, but the bottom line is they are bringing it to all of these teams. We are going to a third map. Is there a chance, Pimp, that we're going to see them in the playoffs?
Yes, there is. We're going to a very competitive map for both these teams. We saw Fnatic yesterday do it to G2. They killed them, they destroyed them, they sent them out of the tournament on Vertigo, and we've seen Into the Breach do the same to a very, very good team in this tournament already in the form of ENCE. So yes, both teams play Vertigo at a high level, and I agree with you, Maui. It's two different play styles. Into the Breach seem to have a plan from the beginning of every single round, an aggressive play or somewhere they want to push, whereas Fnatic is a more default team that try to feel out the map, try to figure out what's going on, and then a mid-round decision will come in from Messi. Now, there's one issue for Fnatic right now, and that's the fact that Roy has not turned up on the server. Yep. He is normally the difference maker. He used to be the guy that you could always rely on within Fnatic to get it done, especially against the Tier 2 teams. He's the lowest rated player on the server right now, and potentially, and should be, the best player on the server, and that's an issue for Fnatic. So yes, I am willing to say Into the Breach can win. I don't think they will, but it's going to be a close game.
Fnatic, or it will be Into the Breach. One of them is going to the playoffs. Vertigo will decide who.
I think it has to be last 4 finals, I think. That's 4 finals in 2021 in Copenhagen, in Royal Arena, with the last dance of the French team. That was like so fun to play. Just we did the final against Navi. We had a lot of fun moments playing against Astralis just before in semi-final. Like just, I said that a lot, like just making quiet the crowd.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun, to be honest. I just had a really good moment back in the day when the French team stopped at some point, and we had that World Final in Copenhagen. I remember I didn't want to cry, but it came out without like asking. It's still emotional for me to talk about that because that was a really good moment with the French the team, and most likely with Extase we had like a really good like chemistry together, and we did a lot of things, good things together. So, but yeah, it's a good memory.